Nice to meet you.
My pleasure.
Framesi International Congress. Well, I have some questions for you.
I'm ready.
Well, what makes a company like Framesi, with more than 70 years in the industry, endure and evolve?
Well, you say something that is absolutely right. This year going to be 78. 78. So we passed the 75th anniversary. And after so many years, we are still around, I believe, because we truly believe in what we do, and we are absolutely coherent with the mission of the company. As any company, Framesi has a mission. The mission that we have is very simple, very easy, is to work for the success of the hairdresser. And that is something that basically drives every single day any action of the company, either if you're going to do products, education programs, or any support. And I believe that the combination of all the different elements drive the company to be successful on one side and still focus on the same business after so many years. To the point that we are probably today one of the few companies that we can define absolutely exclusively professional in a real way. So we are really professional. We don't work with anybody else, to the point that we usually say that the success of the hairdresser is our success. And without the hairdresser, we're going to be in trouble. So whatever we do is basically designed for this specific way. Work for the success of the hairdresser is the main pillar of all the activity that every morning anybody of the company does. And that, I believe, has been the element that basically allowed us to survive for so long.
How does Framesi make the difference and maintain its reliability during these days?
Well, we are living in a strange time. Lots of things change with COVID, before COVID, after COVID, but undoubtedly the evolution of the consumer, the evolution of the market, generally speaking, are basically pushing companies to work in many other different ways. We are still very traditional. We are still very much in line with the old way of working with the hairdresser, staying close to the hairdresser, work with them, try to define and create new products in order to follow the needs of the consumer and provide all the educational program possible in order to answer properly to the new needs of the consumer too. So products and education. And I know that there is a major demand of products through e-commerce, through omni-channels. Now, omni-channels is the big word, everybody wants to sell everywhere. The consumer change and they want to find products, whatever, but we truly believe that if you want to be professional, you need to stay professional in all the ways. So despite of all these different wonderful opportunity, we truly believe that if you really want to be a reliable and sure pillar for your customer, you need to keep going with a strong link to the values. Values is something that everybody uses, but very few companies still define it in a very clear way. We believe that values are absolutely vital for us, and we don't want to change. We did it for 78 years. We're going to keep going about that.
Framesi is a world-renowned company. Do the company's products differ depending on the market needs?
Well, Framesi is in 75 countries in the world. And undoubtedly, we know that hair can change wherever you go. I mean, from North of Europe to South America, from South Africa to Asia, hair can be different. We try to get as much as we can the same kind of offer, even if sometimes we need to readjust the formulation for the specific need of the hair, not of the consumer, but of the hair of the potential customer that we have. But we are working and living in a global world. And now, I mean, you can find everywhere in the world people coming from all over the world. So you need to be ready with the formulation of the product to satisfy the need of customer with that. Potentially, years ago, can only be found in certain part of the globe. Think about the Latino that move everywhere in the world, or think about the ethnic that now represent a particular part of the market in many sides of the world, or the Asian, with the typical Asian here that are absolutely different compared with the European. But we need to find a way to form the products in order to satisfy the needs of everybody, and most of the time we are really, really close. Sure, we have a very large offer, and in the large offer we can find products that can fit better some kind of hair compared with the other, but at the end, overall, can satisfy most of the customer.
The COVID era affected all industries, some more, some less. How do you see the hair industry after this crisis?
Well, this is a very common question. Now more than ever, lots of people ask me what I think about what's going on now, what will be the future of the business. Because sadly, I've been around as a business for quite a long time. And I believe that the COVID changed dramatically one thing. Consumer changed their habit. Consumer start to have with the device a different kind of relation. And using the device properly allowed people to know, understand, and research all the possible details about product, service, experience, whatever. What we have seen after the COVID time is that consumer became smarter. And the smart shopper are the only shopper that we have today. So we have people that know exactly what they want. They are looking for the best solution possible, not the cheapest, but the best solution where the price is in line with the kind of service or product they're looking for. And I believe that despite of what happened in 2020, that basically affected heavily all the business in any kind of side of the cosmetic activities. And honestly, we lost around 90% that year, because now we're closing most of the part of the world. And we tried in many other ways, but there were no other ways for a company like Framesi to do this professional. But we realized that in 2 years, after the end of last year, we were absolutely over 2019. So that means that the reaction has been very, very positive. And remember, the hairdressing business has been the only business that just after COVID has been absolutely the main thing to do. I remember when salon reopened after COVID, so people queuing outside was really something that we didn't see for any other business. So that means that people take care about beauty, take care about the hair beauty with lots of consideration. And I believe that company that can understand that and can provide something different and special, I believe that can take this experience of COVID, undoubtedly as a sad experience for whatever happened. But professionally wise, I believe there could have been, for a lot of companies, major push to make changes that today can be absolutely useful in order to satisfy the needs of consumers today.
Framesi is a company based entirely on the professional hairdressers. Each sale is the salon important for Framesi.
Well, retail is absolutely important for a lot of reasons. It's going to be part of the business, no doubt about for the company. But it's a central element for the salon. We need to remember that after COVID, we have seen a major change in the habits of the consumer. Today, the consumers spend basically the same amount of money by reducing the visit, so there's less traffic and so on. So, what a salon can do, if not growing the business through a different kind of activities, like, for example, the retail. And remember, Consumer, we said before, consumer are smarter. And the smart consumer want to have the possibility to buy products supported by the constant support of somebody who is an expert. And the hairdresser is the only expert on here at the end. So I believe that that's going to represent a major business for the salon, especially because sometimes it's something that sadly lots of people don't understand, consumer and the hairdresser. When you make an investment in your beauty, and you invest money for a wonderful color or a wonderful outstanding highlights in your hair, and you change the structure of your hair, then what are you going to do after it? You're going to buy a product that is not in line with the quality of the service that they provided, maybe saving money with the cheap products. You're going to ruin the effect. It's like to buy a supercar and use a bad gas. So I believe that retail is absolutely an essential element as a new business for the salon, but as an intelligent business here for the consumer, because they're going to buy something that allows the investment to last as long as possible.
What is your advice to the professional hairdressers for these challenging periods we're going through?
There are a few things that the hairdresser, I believe, need to change. For what is my experience, the hairdresser has some issue in changing the way of running the business, because it's the same for everybody, don't get me wrong. It's not just a salon business. But we try to keep running with the same kind of system that allowed us to be successful. One of the things that I believe that today the hairdresser need to change is, first of all, they need to have a level of preparation for any kind of service they provide that has to be absolutely excellent. We cannot take anymore the risk that somebody gonna go in a salon and leave the salon with a bad service. Yeah, but what's very difficult, I don't care. If the hairdresser is the expert on hair, the hairdresser needs to be ready to satisfy any kind of desire coming from it. Second of all, they need to introduce more services. Very often the menu, the quantity of the service provided is not large enough, and consumers are looking for something different. And for that reason, they need to improve their own education, because if you want to do something different, you need to know how to do it. That's very simple, but that's what it is. They need to take care about, and people is not only the customer that comes in, but the people are the employees that work in the salon. We need to remember that what a customer does is not a technical service. They come for an experience. You need to be a member of the experience. And if it's not for whatever reason, you can be the best hairdresser in the world, you can have the best hairline in the world, but at the end, if customer is not fully happy, that's going to be a problem. So I think that the major changes to do are because this. The good news is that a company like Framesi is ready to provide all the support in order to help the hairdresser to go through this path. And I believe that working together with somebody who is fully dedicated to the salon can be probably with that solution.
Thank you very much.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I hope that we've been smooth and clear.